Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about issue number 34 of Wolverine, written by Benjamin Percy. But before we dive into the story, I want to ask you a favor. If you enjoy this video, please leave a like and a comment to help the channel grow. So after Beast manipulated Wolverine and nearly murdered his friend Jeff Bannister and his daughter Maddie, Wolverine ended up killing Beast, but Beast secretly backed up his consciousness to a clone of himself, which completely perverted Krakoa's resurrection process. Now fully divorced from X-Force and having gone rogue from Krakoa society, he has activated multiple clones of himself and Wolverine to form an organization he calls Weapons of X. So with that said, he now commands this private hit squad from his mobile base. So with Beast doing his thing, Wolverine teams up with Maverick to hunt down Beast to put an end to his amoral machinations, even as Jeff and the CIA's X-Desk attempt to do the same. So with that said, this issue opens right after the previous one, with Maverick and Wolverine closing in on their target. But little did they know, Beast wasn't the only person to be hunted on this day, for out of the sky, missiles rained down from above. So with explosions threatening to sink their craft, Logan and Maverick weaved in and out of danger, just barely able to keep one step ahead of certain doom. For the US military was a force that Wolverine wanted nothing to do with. But on the other hand, their presence meant only two things. A, they were trying to cover something up, or B, they're trying to destroy something. And in this case, option B was the correct answer, because below the waves sat Beast and his Colossus base of operations, just watching and biding their time for the perfect opportunity to strike. So with time running out, in a desperate attempt to buy time, Maverick opens fire on the jets, knowing it would do little to stop them. Now with the odds stacked against our heroes, Wolverine tries something he usually doesn't do, which is trying to talk his way out of this situation. So in a Hail Mary attempt, Wolverine uses the onboard communication device to hail the aircraft above. So with the signal out, by the grace of God, Bannister was the person to answer the call on the receiving end. And to Wolverine's credit, he was able to pull it off by declaring himself and Maverick as citizens of Krakoa and repeatedly letting it be known that he was not allied with Beast. So with the jets being called off, Bannister lands his helicopter on top of the remains of the iceberg and sparks up a conversation with Logan in an attempt to better coordinate, but before they could start in earnest, Beast's base emerged from the ocean, causing all kinds of mayhem. So with chaos breaking out, the fighter jets opened fire on the towering base, but to their surprise, the base fired back, and just like that, the crafts went up in flames as they crashed into the sea. So with everything going belly up, the base re-emerged back into the ocean, creating a whirlpool that threatened to suck everyone in. Now with everyone fighting for their lives, Wolverine and Maverick were able to fight back the influence of the pull, but Bannister wasn't so lucky, for he was sucked under the sea. So with Jeff dragged under, Wolverine dived into the water without a moment's notice, in an attempt to save his friend, but due to the vastness of the ocean, his efforts were fruitless. So with his friend gone and little options left to play, Maverick suggests that they take their boat and get out of Dodge, before the US blames them for what just went down. So following that, we pick up in a small fishing town in Norway with Wolverine and Maverick recovering at a local bar. Until out of the blue, the door swings open and a Wolverine clone walks in with a bomb in his hand. So with lightning-fast reflexes, Maverick opens fire on the clone, as the real Wolverine yells for everyone to get down. So with the target eliminated, Wolverine hops on the device in hopes of shielding everyone from an explosion. But in a twist, the device wasn't a bomb but rather a message sent from Beast. For Beast wanted to meet with Wolverine to parley over a meal and try to set aside their issues. So following that, we pick up with Beast and Wolverine sitting at a table in an empty restaurant. And Beast is playing with Wolverine's head and talking about how great this restaurant is and how being civilized is the key. But when he gets his food, he turns into a complete savage and starts to tear his food apart. And while he is eating, he brings up how both him and Wolverine knew each other for a very long time. So because of that, he plays things out as simply and clearly as he possibly can, by saying his methods are unconventional and even unsettling, but they are effective. And because it gets results and helps Krakoa out, there is no real reason for why Wolverine and the other mutants to be sanctimonious about it, given all the terrible things they have also done. Now in the beginning, Beast needs Wolverine alive to carry out his goals, but now due to his clone army, Logan is now expendable, but for old time's sake, Beast extends an offer by telling him, if you leave me alone then I would do the same. So with that offer on the table, Logan attempts to reach out to his old friend by saying the real Hank isn't like this, in an attempt to try to appeal to his humanity. But see, this is where Beast cuts him off by replying with, "People always say things like that when a person acts out. But maybe the pressure of so-called civilized norms is the only thing keeping him in check, and once the restraints are released, the true spirit of the man or mutant reveals itself. For sometimes that spirit is unflattering, and maybe this is who I've always been." So with anger rising in Logan, he bares his claws, despite knowing killing this clone would be pointless. But before he could act, Beast brings up how he has captured Jeff Bannister after he was pulled underwater. And with his new hostage, he put forth a trade to Wolverine. In exchange for Bannister's life, Beast would like Logan to return the 2 Wolverine clones they have captive because they are not cheap to create. So with things going haywire, Wolverine returns to Maverick's secret base to contemplate the choices laid before him. But while he was doing that, Maverick brings up something unsettling to Logan, which was the clones have developed a means to communicate. And he discovered this by running several rounds of testing on their brains, and to his surprise he discovered that Wolverine's healing factors are repairing their neural networks. Which ultimately means Beast have surrounded himself with an arsenal that might turn on him at any moment. So with that said, issues number 34 of Wolverine comes to an end. So down in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts about this issue and what predictions you could have moving forward. So with that established, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to leave a like and a comment if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.